Even though defense lawyers effectively acknowledged yesterday that Jahar Tsarnaev did it, prosecutors today continued calling witnesses describing the scene at the site of the Boston bombings 2 years ago. One of them was Jeff Bauman, who you may know. He's in that sort of iconic photograph being wheeled to medical attention by a fellow in a cowboy hat. He lost both of his legs, and he talked today about looking down at his legs after the blast and seeing what he described as pure carnage. He said all he was thinking was, this is messed up, this is messed up, this is messed up. He also talked about being, in his words, nudged by a fellow who turned out to be Tamerlan Tsarnaev, Jahar's older brother. He said he kind of looked, he just happened to be bumped by him, and he looked at him and he noticed the ball cap and the aviator glasses and the backpack on his back, and he turned later and saw the backpack had been left and sort of thought, that's weird, and then it all just happened, you know. Another woman who testified, Roseanne Sadova, was down at the site of the second bomb. She lost her leg above the knee, and she said at one point she looked down after the blast and saw her foot with these strips hanging off it, and she realized they were strips of her own flesh, and she knew she was going to lose it. At one point her leg was bent back by people trying to help her, and she said it was the most excruciating pain you can imagine, she said. Through all of this, of course, Jahar Tsarnaev is listening and watching. He sits a couple of meters away from the witnesses, and he's got a video monitor in front of him that plays the video that we see and the still photographs. And you just kind of wonder what he's thinking. He's expressionless. He hasn't said a word, and he just sort of sits there and tugs at his goatee through all of it. There's 3 months of this to come. Paul Hunter, CBC News, Boston.